Hi, I'm Jim Casey. I'm a Senior Product Manager in Google Workspace, and I'm going to talk to you today about a session that we gave that we're really excited about. It's about how you can bring together two productivity capabilities that are really, really important for your people. One is Google Workspace and how you can roll that out in a secure way and protect your sensitive data. And two, how we can do the same kind of thing with Gemini and bring these two capabilities together in a coherent way that allows you to be able to take advantage of these tools without having to compromise on security. So when we think about the workspace end of this equation, there are some important things that we've built into the product that help you do this in a straightforward way. The first thing we do is we give you a secure foundation, and what that means is we've built in zero trust principles. And really what that means is we give you the ability to have fine-grained controls over the kind of information that your users can access, under what circumstances they can, and then what they can do with it as well. So things like forwarding an email or maybe printing a document. The next thing that we do is we give you the ability to protect all of that information in a way that's tailored to your own unique organizational needs. And this includes things like our data loss prevention capabilities, which we've done some really, really exciting enhancements to, and also some of the things you may have seen around data sovereignty, being able to control where and how your information and data is processed. And on top of all of that, we know it's really important to not just do this well within the workspace world, but to be able to extend that out to the broader ecosystem, namely things like our SecOps platform. So you can bring this context and all of this information about how your users are interacting with Gemini and Workspace together in a way that you can ensure that this is working for your organization in a secure way. We also have integration with Chrome Enterprise and, of course, with Mandiant as well. When we look at the other half of the equation with Gemini, we follow the same kind of formula. And I'll call out a couple things that I think are really important here. The first is broad compliance support. And why this matters is every organization right now has some kind of regulatory compliance you have to adhere to. And we've invested heavily to make sure that when you use Gemini and Workspace together, you don't have to sacrifice these great productivity gains so that you can be compliant. And a really good example of this is we are the first Gen AI to achieve FedRAMP High authorization. And we didn't stop there. We also have 13 other standards that Google Workspace and Gemini together all adhere to. The second thing I want to talk about is secure by default. And what does that really mean? Well, it means two important considerations. The first is how that model is trained. And then the second part is how your users interact with that model and operate that Gen AI model. And when we think about model training, the important thing to know about what's unique for us is we develop our own foundational models. And by doing so, this allows us to ensure that we have the proper security protections, including things like making sure that we've got really good quality data, we have preventions against model poisoning, and we do thorough testing with adversarial testing and red teaming. When it comes to operating the model, this is how your users are going to work with Gen AI and Workspace together. We have built-in safeguards against things like prompt injection and all sorts of other emerging threats. The last thing I'll point out on this is around advanced data governance. And what that means in a nutshell is we make it so that users can only interact with data via Gemini that they already have access to. So this prevents something that's called oversharing, which is really, really important when you roll out Gen AI to your people. Additionally, with things like information rights management, this allows you to prevent what people can do with that sensitive data, like print it out or forward it or share it. And then we add on top of that client-side encryption capabilities. You can further limit and control the access to your sensitive data. And the really important thing, the philosophy that we follow, is we don't believe that there's one size fits all for this kind of stuff. We build into the product the ability to give you the power to be able to tailor your data protection policies to best meet the needs of your unique organization. So one of the features that you'll see a demo of here is our enhanced AI classification. Now this might be something that you've seen us demonstrate about a year ago. We're really excited about it. What this does is it allows you to train a model using your own data, your own docs, and quickly and easily create an automatic classification. And it doesn't do it just on things like keywords. It actually understands the gist of what you're trying to talk about in this way. And we use AI to be able to then classify that. A great example is sensitivity. We might be able to say, all right, this is confidential, need to know, or maybe it's public information. And because it's hard for users to remember all the policies you might have, we just automate that for you. When we talk about Gmail, we have a whole set of new capabilities that we're really excited to talk about. This is actually more than 10 features that we're rolling out that give you the power to protect your sensitive data that's in Gmail. One of the things we've done is a new labeling capability, and we built this in the same way that we built Drive. So you can apply the same labels to Drive, you can use on Gmail now as well. And we didn't stop there. We now give you the ability to automatically apply these labels to your emails based on criteria that you define. The next thing that we did is what I call labels with teeth, right? So it's not just about labeling the information. You actually can define policies based off of that label to automatically protect your sensitive data. And the last thing that we've done is monitoring. So we want to make sure that you have visibility to how sensitive data is flowing through your emails throughout the life cycle. And so we did things like enhancing our audit logging and making sure that you can integrate this information with BigQuery Export if you want to do some more deeper analysis with Looker or a BI tool of your choosing. We also integrated all of this information with Vault as well. And so to recap, what we really are showing in this session is not just the ability of what these features are, or technically how you do this, but how you actually bring this together and make use of it. You'll also see in the session, to make this real for you, we brought a business partner and a customer of ours as well, and they share their experiences with Gemini and Workspace as well. And if you're interested in learning more about this, we also have a white paper that dives really, really deep into each one of these topics so that you can tailor this and do the things you need to do for your organization to get the kind of benefits that the combination of Gemini and Workspace can bring to you, and do that in a secure and compliant way. Thanks.